feel like one of the biggest questions that sneaks up on you in adulthood is what kind of family do I want to build? Not just in your immediate family, but with your siblings or your community. Like, what do you want it to look like? And more literally, I think this question really shows up in where do you want to live? My husband and I left New York to move to LA 4 years ago, and now we're moving back to New York because of this very question. People are always asking me, Hayes, what's driving this move? And the honest answer is that I am the oldest daughter, and I'm really lucky to have had the full support of my siblings in my move out here. They've both visited me once or twice a year in the 4 years, and that is really fucking lucky. But in college and for all of my 20s, really, I felt like the sibling who went away. You know, I went to school in Michigan and then stopped coming home and then moved to New York and then went to LA, and that's not where I'm from. But there comes a moment as we're all getting older. You know, my sister's getting married in August. Brian's brother has a daughter and son who we love, our niece and nephew. And there just comes a point where you have to ask, like, do I want to be close to my family? We just want to be closer to our siblings, even if we're not in the exact same place, even if we're not a 10-minute drive away, we're still a drive. And I was thinking about it on this holiday. Brian and I were alone this year, and it was hard, but it made me think, like, what traditions do I want to bring into the future? I would love to be a Christmas Eve family and have a huge party on Christmas Eve with our siblings and our friends. And it will be easier to do that if we live in the same area. And when you move across the country, you jump through all sorts of hula hoops to justify the distance. And no, it's not that far. It's a plane ride. What's the difference? And you do start to believe that. And I think for a lot of families that might be true, but ultimately it's fucking far. I want to have a close relationship with my nieces and nephews. And if my siblings decide to have kids, like I want to know them. And if we decide to have kids, like it's going to make me cry. I want them to have a relationship with my siblings. My siblings and I didn't really grow up with that. We had each other, and it was sort of us against the world. And what kind of life do I want to build for and I'm talking the collective, our kids? I feel like a lot of us are kind of silently asking ourselves these questions together, and it's normal. And it's normal if you don't have the answers yet. I don't even feel like I have the answers yet. We're still giving ourselves permission that if we move back and we decide, hey, we actually really loved LA and we're willing to make the sacrifice, the family sacrifice for the place we love, like maybe we'll come around to that. But I want to give this a shot, I guess. And it feels sort of scary. It feels really scary. Sometimes you'll stumble into the life you want and the life you have, but other times you have to really deliberately create it. And I feel like this decision about where we're going to live, not even so specifically in terms of cities, but just general area, like is going to make a big impact. Okay, curious to hear what you guys think about all this.